Book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16 and verse 17. Woe is me, who would deliver me in those days, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish of sinful scourges for a minute. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victory shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they should think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell in the earth shall perish of famine, and others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out of dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and cities shall be cast down. All praises to Yahweh, Hashem Hamashah, Bahar Bakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect and seeking to be the elect of the nation of Israel. They're scattered abroad amongst the heathen, some live out the heathen. Begin with the 144,000. Preacher, teacher, and prophet Shalom. And as we read, our forefather Ezra, who is back now, also represents the elect being in the midst of these troubles. In these evil times, these end times, right? And as you read, you see that only the elect are concerned about what's going on in prophecy. And as we read further down, it goes to 2/3 of Israel not paying attention, okay? These Americans are not paying attention for the most part, okay? Which, hey, it's their empire, they do what they want. Salvation's not for them anyway. But it just goes to show you the mindset of the people in these end times, while these prophecies are playing out, all right? And many people are going to die, all right, because of the famine, because of the sword, the pestilence, diseases, the judgments of Yahweh Shema Shah. And 2/3 of our people, you still got Negroes, Native American Indians, Spanish, Latino, Jamaicans, Haitians gonna get it the worst, man. And I had to chuckle on that because, man, like Yahweh Shema Shah been throwing that lifeline out for since what, 69, the 70s, the 60s. Because that truth really hit like 69, 70 with Elder Abba Bivens. But he was out before the end. Okay? He was out before the end. Then our elders, their elders, our elders, then our elders, then our big brothers, 07, 08, U2 was popping, first started, really. Then to now, hey, we the only ones concerned, man. Alright? And when you read that 2nd Esdras as we read, that's exactly what it's saying. Hey, our forefather Ezra was scared. Or he said, woe was me, because he's concerned. Alright? What he was asking, what he was saying, well, I can't get it out. What he was concerned about is the elect of Israel. That's why he said, woe was me, who shall deliver me in those days. So it goes to show you the concern our forefather Ezra had for the elect. And we get 2nd Esdras, I think it's the 7th chapter. He said, Yahweh Shema Shah put a spirit on him. He was pretty much saying, hey, the hell with the 2/3. And he said, let the multitude perish then that was born in vain. So that's the mindset we got. For everybody else, man, hey, 2/3 of Israel. Remember, you chose not to take heed. Alright? So, hey, these things are coming upon you unawares because you're in the dark. Hey, you set on your leaves, meaning you complacent, you don't believe shit, right? But now, hey, everything gonna hit, man. Hey, we here, man. And all I can do is smile, man. Hey, past, what, week and a half, man, man, Yahweh Shema Shah just put even more of a comforting spirit on me, man. And I just be smiling, man. I just be smiling out the blue. Go to sleep smiling, wake up smiling, Hey, man, it's a wonderful feeling because we're in this truth. All right? All praise to Yahweh Shema Shah, because they ain't had a damn thing to do with us. But damn sure it ain't had nothing to do with me and me knowing nothing, because I ain't know nothing before this truth, man. All I do was dealing with women and working. And that's it. That's it. Bunch of foolishness. But you see the times we in, man. All right. Now we're gonna hit these articles covering everything we just hit. Cause hey, soon everything will hit suddenly. And we're witnessing everything unfold, play out, and then it's gonna hit suddenly, man. All right, catch people off guard. Why? Because they're in the dark and they're not paying attention. All right, and remember, America, Babylon is the land that dwelleth without care. All right, the place of comfort. All right, place that has never been touched. You know, but it's about to be touched. We'll just go to show you the mindset of the people. But the mindset that Yahweh Shema shall put on these Americans, because things have never hit them before, right? Most definitely the last 2 to 3 generations. You know, I think the worst times really was like 1929, that Great Depression. But we're gonna see the Great Depression 2.0, man. That junk gonna be hell on wheels. Hey, because I was thinking about that last night. You know, during that time, the Great Depression, what they call the Dust Bowl, all of that. They had rationing cards, you know, but they was able to pull out rationing cards when they go to the supermarket and get gas and shit like that. And this time, hey, this will be the RFID chip, because remember they got their 10-point plan, right? The energy lockdowns, things of that nature. They got their 10-point plan, right? So hey, this time it's gonna be that MOTB. That's what everything is leading to. But when you get real quick, Zephaniah, chapter 1, man, feel good outside. If you ain't outside, man, hey, something wrong with you. You got to get outside and get this air, pollen falling, but shit, outside of that, man, get some of this fresh air. All right? If you're in the house, you know, you work at the crib. You know, shit, have them windows up, man. Have the sun coming in. You know? Make sure you get out the house. It's a perfect time. Hey, spring is life, man. You know, the beginning of the year, spring. Beginning of the year came in at the new moon. That was the beginning of the real year. All right, you know, the Passover this upcoming Wednesday. That's the first, right? So hey, we here, man. April 1st. Everything after that, you see it's bad now. It's just gonna get worse. All right, and that's a good thing. So this ain't the time for us to be sad or depressed or hurt or panicking and none of that shit, man. All right? Because hey, we got Yahweh Shema Shah. Remember, hey, as our forefather Ezra said, who would deliver me in those days? Hey, that's the elect being concerned about the elect. So that's all we got to worry about. And you can get that in 2nd Ezra. I believe it's the 7th chapter. But now you get right here, Zephaniah chapter 1. And I want to jump straight to it. I don't love the point, but Zephaniah chapter 1. Let's get this joint real quick. In verse 12, it says, "And it shall come to pass at that time, I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lees that say in their heart," meaning their mind. This is what these people truly think, as we read in 2nd Ezra 16. All right, hey, people out shopping, you know, out and about, doing whatever it is they do, ain't paying attention to prophecy. The whole while you got famine, plagues, all these things are hidden, judgment. But hey, 2/3 of our people still not gonna get right. All right, so what? They're set on their leads, meaning they're complacent. They take shit for granted. They think it's a joke. It says that say in the heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. So, you know, our people just don't believe shit until it hit. All right? The whole while is playing out. Hey, we're most definitely in the time of Lot and Noah, man. All right? As Yahweh stated, that's one of the signs of his return. All right? Which goes into end times. People being set on their leads, not paying attention, partying, bullshitting, you know. Niggas thinking they're going to have a vacation. You know, they got plans and shit, but all that shit being canceled. We done brought out articles concerning that. All that shit canceled. See? Ain't nothing but doom and gloom. You know? All this traveling, people stuck where they are. Congress, they're in the same boat. They can't just, get on the plane, skip the line, get on the plane and all that shit. Hell no, they got the waiting lines too. All right. It says, verse 12 again, Zephaniah 1 and 12, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lees that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. Therefore, the good shall become a booty, and the house of desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them. And they shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. In other words, you're not going to benefit off of America anymore, man. All right? Your plans are being canceled. The great day of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, the mighty men cry there bitterly. And this is what's coming. All right? This is what's coming. As a matter of fact, this is what's happening. It says the day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. What's that talking about? Hey, the alarms on the fenced cities and the high towers. Hey, when them nuclear missiles are shot. Hey, just like you see over there in Iran, Israel, how they got the alarms going off. This has to be here in America. Okay, phones going off, alarms going off. It's gonna be a chaotic day. All right. So all this hell and chaos has to play out in order. And hell and chaos is going to be playing out when the nuclear missiles are shot. And when our Lord Yahweh shall return. It says, and I will bring distress upon men, and they shall walk like blind men. See, and they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. You see? In other words, hey, when all hell break loose, hey, people gonna walk like blind men. Meaning what? Not knowing what to do. Okay? See, everything cool until it start hitting your doorstep. Alright, but when the energy lockdowns hit, everything ration out, shit get cut off, you can't move and groove like you've been doing, you start seeing death and diseases hit more and more, shit start hitting your doorstep, your neighborhood, and you affected by it. That's when people will be like, oh shit, yo, them Israelites, man, yo, some Israelites. See, y'all should be thinking now, which it ain't up to y'all, because you get that, I believe it's Amos 4, like the last couple verses, it goes into how Yahweh Shema Shai controls our thoughts, right? So let that marinate. Yahweh Shema Shai got 2/3 of our people in a situation to where they just thinking about bullshit, man, because the Lord don't want them. Remember, Yahweh Shai is that stumbling block and rock of offense, man. That's why they can't get the scriptures. That's why they hate on the scriptures, because they hate Yahweh Shema Shai. Hey, we ain't mad at you, Somebody got to play that role. Shit, better you than us, And that ain't me being sarcastic. That's me being serious, because hey, we were once in that lot, man. I know damn well I was. I think Yahweh Shema Shai ain't in that lot no more. Dust storm right here. It says, and I will bring distress upon men, and they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. So that's destruction, man. That's death in America. That's gonna lead to what? Destruction. Zechariah, the 14th chapter, people being melted, okay, by them nuclear missiles. So that's gonna be the end game. But see, these people gonna realize at the last minute, alright, which that last minute is not gonna be when the missile shot. The last minute is gonna be when all hell break loose. And people can say, damn, I should have took heed. But it's gonna be too late. Because soon Yahweh Shema Shai can pull back this word. It's going to be the famine of the word, which means that salvation is going to be cut off. from Israel, from 2/3, right? So hey, let's hit these articles, man. You know, let's hit these articles. Uh, let's hit these articles, man. See, ain't nothing but more stress, man. More stress, doom and gloom. See, us as a whole flat, we comforted in the spirit, as Yahweh Shemashah said we would be. And we most definitely are comforted, man. I know damn well I'm comforted. Hey, the brothers comforted. I know damn well they're comforted. Because, hey, if the brothers were not comforted, guess what? They'd be so terrified to the point where they wouldn't even hit record. They wouldn't even do the videos. We see brothers doing the videos, going into prophecy, and brothers are amped up in the spirit. Brothers ain't doing videos, dragging on the, yeah, man, I don't know what we're going to do. Man, I don't know. You don't hear no doubting brothers, man. No, brothers amped up. Like they're high on cocaine. But no, like brothers hiding the spirit, man. Shit, brother, hey, I like the joking shit, man. I'd say some off the wall shit, you know, but hey, hey, brothers amped up, man. Hey, sisters, hey, y'all should be amped up too, cause how about Shemashah? I can see y'all men. Yeah, I can see y'all men. Multiple women with one man, you know. One man can have multiple women. So hey, y'all should be amped up too, cause y'all gonna be protected. All right, y'all gonna be protected. You'll be surprised who you how about Shemashah set y'all up with. I'm like, damn, I ain't seen no man. Like, I ain't seen him before. Where he from? You ain't got to worry about all that shit. You gonna get to know him real good, and you gonna be with him. All right. How about Shemashah gonna protect you because of that man? You know. But hey, y'all know, just be obedient, man. Y'all know what to do. The elders been going to it, man. Shit, the elders, the big brothers, the younger brothers. Shit, we've been going into it, man. Hey, y'all think, man, hey, man, y'all, they hard on women, don't like women. Shit, we love women. Shit, we love women. Stop playing. Y'all know that. Thing is, we don't deal with no bullshit, man. That simp spirit gone. You know, which I ain't never been no damn simp. Shit, hey, a lot of brothers ain't never been no damn simps. You know, but I'm most definitely not gonna start being one. All right, but you know, Yahweh Shemashah is bringing that manliness back in Israel, man. All right, and you women got to get in line. Now let's hit these articles, man, because yo, these joints crazy. And this is the time we in. Remember, all these things going on. What people doing? Planning of a vacation, bullshitting. Don't know nothing about the energy lockdowns, the rationing, or none of that. Damn, man, yo, this joint dying quick. It's on 38. So you know, hey, don't look up none of that. So these people out here lost in the sauce, man. All in the mix and don't know shit. Hold on. Yeah, my fault, y'all had to put that joint on the charger. Now you got right here, matter of fact, let's get this joint by Dabu real quick. Cause I posted this article the other day. It was, the website was the Arab News, but it was going into Iran controlling the Red Sea. All right, I'm gonna let not Dabu, my man Brad right here. I got to get this first. For over 30 years, I've been saying we. See, hey, winter time now when the Jewish, the Israelis are a joke. Everybody laughing at them, don't nobody like them. And listen to what she says. Hey, she's a comedian. But what she says, she's letting everybody know that, hey, you're not really from the so-called Middle East. You're not the Israelites. Is what she's saying. She's saying that, hey, you're not Israel. Are there any Middle Eastern people here? She cute too. She my type. Claim. Are there any Middle Eastern people here? Yeah, where are you from? Israel. Okay. Are there any real Middle Eastern people here? I'm kidding. You see that? Look, it says now a global joke. You see that? So are there any real Middle Eastern people here? Hey, they not the Israelites, man. They don't belong in that land. Now let's get this right here. My man Brad.
For over 30 years, I've been saying we come to you, and we still come to you. Call the Joel Bieber firm or go to joelbieber.com. When you hurt, we'll come to you. Call Joel Bieber.
All this shit over with.
Okay, guys, please be careful when buying oil of oregano. Now, it's worth the risk because the real stuff is antimicrobial.
That says breaking. War Department warning. F-18 down. 24 hours changed everything. 3 years of no oil. Get ready. Let's start. Put like the first 5 minutes. Turn that thing to the side. So these are the things that's going on while people are set on their leaves, man, making plans and thinking they're good.
I'm definitely concerned by the post that the White House has been putting out on their official social media accounts, including one deleted post that had a woman's feet visible inside of it, then saying launching soon. Another post was a little bit more cryptic, in which they showed a static screen over what could be a half-mast American flag, and then another one completely pixelated out of Donald Trump. Some of the information that we're starting to see in the intelligence community suggests that these are messages, just like the Iranians told proxy elements to move on Americans here on American soil, that these may be messages to other proxy elements of the American government across the world. Folks, we have a lot going on today. You're watching Full Spectrum Survival. The past 24 hours have completely changed our entire outlook of this war. We don't see any more carefully managed headlines. We see a much more dangerous reality that's starting to kind of form before us. American leadership is projecting the idea of total victory, but we're seeing events unfold in areas across the Middle East that suggest there is something far closer to worldwide escalation than there is any kind of resolution. When standing in front of the White House, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth declared that Iran was militarily wiped off the face of the earth. Now, this statement by the Department of War was meant to signal American dominance, but almost immediately, the situation on the ground in the Middle East told us a different story. A story that starts to raise serious questions about what the American people are being told. You see, within hours of that declaration, Iran launched its 80th plus wave of missile strikes. They targeted Israeli infrastructure and U.S. military positions all across the Middle East. And at this very same time, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps issued a claim that every American asset, not just in the Middle East, but in multiple areas of the world, risked complete elimination. Remaining U.S. forces, they say, were being actively hunted on the ground and in the bases that they sleep in. U.S. Central Command quickly denied Iranian assertions. They noted a failed but unusual wave of activity from the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, and a vacuum of uncertainty started to kind of become apparent. But even more alarming than those events is that Iran has already moved beyond confrontation. Video that was released by Iranian sources shows the downing of a U.S. F-18 fighter jet. Now, officials in America, they denied this claim. We also see an indication that 20 commercial vessels have already been paid the Iranian toll to get through the region. Now, here's what I'm warning you about on the energy problem. Just the destruction that has already been leveled. Only the facilities that have already been attacked. The French foreign minister, the finance minister, and other European leaders have already come out and said this. It will take 3 years to build that back. That's 3 full years of shortages, supply chain problems, and possibly problems here inside of our country. Now, Tehran just issued a warning saying that they were in the preparation phase to close the El Mandab Strait. Now, I've talked about this once before. The El-Mandab Strait is the other supply chain chokehold. If the Strait of Hormuz chokes out 20% of the world's oil, and that won't directly affect us in America, but it will affect us by proxy. If the Strait of Hormuz knocks out 20% of the world's oil, the El-Mandab Strait can knock out 30% of supply availability. And I'm not just talking about oil, I'm talking about everything. Our predecessors in government have created a scam of globalism. And this scam of globalism meant American reliance on a worldwide supply chain. Even though it doesn't directly affect us in the oil, it does affect us as a byproduct. Your prices are already up. So if we just took over Venezuela, right? We get all their oil. You and I should be having free gasoline. Free. Dollars. It should be 20 cents a gallon. But it's not. You and I should not be higher gasoline and diesel prices. But we are. Because we are now looking at what possibly could be a true energy war. And there's going to be 4 or 5 different wars going on at the same time. One is for oil. We see that. But then they knocked out helium. Do you know what they need helium for? Okay, MRIs, that makes sense. Different medical equipment, that makes sense. They also need helium to make products, including what you've been warned about for years, semiconductors. Without helium, you have zero production capability. With zero production capability, that means your car prices are going to skyrocket. The cost of replacing something inside of your house skyrockets. You see, it's not just your products that matter. It's the machines that make your products that matter. Because if those are no longer able to operate at their same capacity, then everything that you have access to increases in price. Now, one of the scariest transitional periods that I'm looking out for is that the Federal Reserve and different financial leaders all across the board have said we can expect as consumers another 20% increase on our cost of living. Now, I don't know about your family, but that's going to put a crunch on every single American in one way or another. I'm already seeing people move to their bug out locations, their retreat locations. I'm already seeing, and some might say rightfully so, everybody with a second house or everybody with an Airbnb, they're being forced to sell them. But the problem is no one can buy them. And so people are no longer paying their mortgage. We are right now at a point in our history in which more people are not paying their car note, not paying their mortgage, not paying their student loans combined than we ever have been before. Do you start to see just how bad this is going to be inside of America? It's going to be worse than the 2007 financial crisis. The terrorist events are going to be worse than the tower attack. The local environment, your local environment, is going to be worse than any time in your history. And it's only going to get worse from here. So, folks, right now is the time for you and your family to be prepared. If you have even a little bit of leverage, push it. And what I mean by push it is you better get food, you better get water, you better have a generator, you better have fuel storage, you better have some solar capability, shortwave radio, defensive capability, get to the range, hunt, fish, everything that is Rambo, you better do.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this in advance for all you preppers, from the hopeful elect to you preppers. Thank y'all for prepping for us. Lord willing, I'm part of the elect, but we gonna get y'all shit. All right. hey, this is a time where all that he talking about, that's for them. We prepping the spirit, the water, and the food. Hey, that's the word. Hey, we got Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. Remember, Yahweh Shema Shai said, or the wicked are stored up for the righteous. All right. Remember, hey, all these bug out plans and hey, that's good for them. Remember, they not gonna be able to take all this stuff with them when they got to move and groove. No, that sucker can get left behind. All chaos hit. You think they're gonna be able to remember to get everything or snatch everything up or already got everything in one location? Nah, that stuff. Nah, it take time to move that. So y'all through. Hey, but we thank y'all in advance though. But you see what he said though, as far as everything else. Hey, let's get there. It's also called the Gate of Tears. The the uh the Bab El Mandab Strait. Called the Bab El Mandab Strait. Never he said everything he was saying is true. So that's right here. Right in the Red Sea. Going into what? The Gulf of Aden. Right there by Yemen. Right there, our waters, man. So you see, the nation, the land of Israel, we surrounded by water, which is life. Alright? Now, it says, the Bab El Mandab, Gate of Grief or Tears, is a strait and a major global choke point between Yemen on the Arabian Peninsula and Djibouti and Eritrea in the Horn of Africa, connecting the Red Sea to the Gulf of Aden and by extension the Indian Ocean. Let me see. I won't. Let's type it in like this. Let's take that off. It says the Bab El Mandab Strait or Gate of Tears is a crucial 18-mile long maritime choke point connecting the Red Sea to the Gulf of Aden and the Indian Ocean, located between Yemen and the Arabian Peninsula and Djibouti, Eritrea, and the Horn of Africa. It acts as a vital conduit of roughly 10% of global oil shipments and trade passing between Europe and Asia via the Suez Canal. You see that? What would happen if the El Mandab Strait was closed? Closing the Bab El Mandab Strait, a critical artery for 10 to 12% of global trade and major energy shipments, will cause catastrophic supply chain disruptions, forcing vessels to detour around Africa. This will cause massive shipment delays, spike insurance and freight costs, potentially drive oil prices to $150 a barrel, severely impacting Europe, Asia, all right, and America. So you see, it says shipping rerouting, maritime traffic would be forced to travel around the Cape of Good Hope, adding weeks to voyages between Asia and Europe. So you're talking major delays. All right, energy and more money. All right, for cost. It says energy supply because that's more gas, more oil, more fuel. They got to burn. It says energy supply shock. Millions of barrels of oil and LNG shipments bound for Europe and the U.S. will be blocked, causing severe shortages. Supply chain crisis, supply chain disruptions will lead to higher transportation, fuel, and food costs, contributing to increased cost of living pressures worldwide. Regional instability. Any threat to this area would invite retaliation from regional powers, specifically targeting Saudi oil lifelines and increasing the risk of a wider conflict, the Economic Times says. So you see, Yahweh Shemashah is punishing the world, most definitely Babylon, man. See, these are the things that's going on while people are what? Set on their leads. See, these are things that's going on while people are still able to, afford some things and do some things, and it's not affecting them directly. All right. But hey, as these things continue to press on, as we read in 2 Ezra 16, it's gonna get worse, and then everything gonna be cast down. People gonna be dying. All right. All right. Now, real quick, let's close this out. So hopefully it'll speed up a little bit. It says, and I read this earlier, man, late last night or earlier this morning. It says the standard body bags will flow home if Donald Trump sends 10,000 U.S. ground troops into Iran. Now, it's reported that Iran has 1 million ground soldiers waiting for the 50,000 soldiers that Trump talking about that they're going to send on the ground. Now, I don't know how true that is. I don't know. I can't say, oh shit, like, yeah, that's it. But hey, so Iran is inviting these ground soldiers. Iran is saying, hey, we got something for you. You see? So hey, Iran ain't joking, man. You see, hey, Trump sending troops over there with no plan. Like, yo, they can just like go over there and dominate. All the top elite military guys they send up over there, they're gonna die. All right. It says Department of War. It's not Department of Defense. It's 7 hours ago. The New Republic. It says Department of Defense. I was reading this earlier. It says we'll take anyone for this war. Well, as long as, and check this out. See, y'all so-called Negroes, Native American Indians, Hispanics, Latinos, Jamaicans, Haitians that want to fight for America. That's an Esau system. I'm going to put it like this. You stupid. You stupid. You stupid. You want to die for a country that was stole from you Native American Indians. Hey, you want to fight for a country that brought you so-called Negroes over here in slavery. And this is the same system you want to fight for. You lost your damn mind. This is a time of judgment. This is the time of judgment. Hey, Yahweh Shema Shah said to flee ye out of the midst of Babylon, and be ye not partakers of her plagues, because you the Israelites. You fight for your oppressor. Well, the scripture said, though hand join the hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. So you want to fight for them? Hey, be my guest. You're going to die with them. All right, thus saith the scriptures, man. It says, when countries get embroiled in a war, they usually cast a wide net for people to join the military and work to keep the ones who are already in. The United States appears to be sending troops from several Marine expeditionary units, the 82nd Airborne, 101st Airborne, 75th Rangers, 10th Mountain Division, and Assorted Special Operations to fight into the fight in Iran. You sending them to a slaughter. These are your top elites. All right? Now it says at the same time the administration is lowering standards to get more people into the military. Now head self said, hey, they got to bring the standards back. So which one is it? We told y'all they short of help. They can take whoever they're going to get in this draft coming, man. That's why they raised the enlistment age up to 42. What you think they can raise the draft age up to? I believe they can shoot it about 50. Okay, that's why they say, hey, if you got a marijuana conviction charge, hey, then hey, it doesn't matter, you good. You see? So they're going to take whoever they could get. As the article says, we'll take anyone for this war. Well, as long as you're not. Now let's keep reading. It says, at the same time, the administration is lowering standards to get more people into the military, except for those they feel are unfit to die honorably for the white conservative Christian nation they envision. So they want a bunch of coons, bunch of niggas. All right, bunch of, hey, in other words, they want 2/3 of Israel. Hey, how about Shema? I've been putting this on my spirit, and I'm gonna keep saying it. The elect doesn't have to worry about fighting in World War III. Let's say some of us get drafted. When they start this draft, how about Shema? Gonna get us up out of it. All right? You see? So they want a bunch of coons. Let's read that part again. It says, at the same time, the administration is lowering standards to let more people into the military, except for those they feel are unfit to die honorably for the white, conservative, Christian nation they envision. Let that marinate. They want you Christians. You Jesus freaks. Okay, you coons. You blue gums. Okay? You wetbacks. You engines. Why am I using derogatory terms? Because that's 2/3 of Israel. The wicked of our people that want to hold on to them proverbs. Oh, I'm black. I'm African American. I'm Native American Indian. I'm Hispanic. I'm Latino. I'm Jamaican. I'm Haitian. All that foolishness instead of saying you from one of the 12 tribes of Israel. You see? It says, additionally, in one prominent gaffe, the White House hinted that it might consider reinstituting the draft. This is almost unprecedented historically, with one grim but unsurprising exception. As Yahweh Shema Shah said that, hey, we're in a time where it's the worst time ever since it was a nation, so we're going to see a lot of unexpected things that has never happened before. Which we're at the end, and Esau is showing his true colors. All right? Now y'all people can come to the realization that, damn, these people are the wicked. The hopeful elect already know they're seeking to be the elect of Yahweh Shema Shah. We already know. All right? It says, Canada urges G7 countries to go against the U.S. and collectively push for Iran de-escalation. So these G7 countries are against America. They don't want the war. But guess what? Y'all going to get in it and y'all going to smoke America yourselves. All right? Check this out. See, the ICE is just for the illegals, man. These people just came here legally, man. They snatched them all criminals and pedophiles, man. Dumbasses. We brought out the reports. They even told you on TV, even on Fox. Trump News. Less than 14% of the people that they are picking up are criminals. Okay? So everyone else that they're picking up are law-abiding citizens. Less than 14% of the people that they have snatched up are actually criminals, man. And that's ranged from traffic tickets to weed possession charges. Get out of here, man. They ain't snatching up rapists and y'all the damn rapists and pedophile. You Edomites. Hence the Epstein list. And you still got people falling into that narrative. Well, they're going after the illegals. They got ICE at the airports to go after the illegals. Dummies. They snatching up law-abiding citizens based off appearance. It's called Israelite profiling. Now check this out. The Department, this one day ago. See, as these guys that's in these positions quitting and retiring, they airing it out. Check this out. Department of Homeland Security, 100 million deportations. Claim was no joke. But Vino had master plans to purge nearly 1/3 of the country. Now we're going to keep reading and they're going to tell you exactly who they are. And hey, this is still the plan. Okay, Revelation 12 on down to the 17th verse. 2nd Esdras 16 verse 68 on down to the last verse. This is still the plan. Except the northern kingdom, the so-called Native American Indians, Hispanics, Latinos are not the only targets. They want all 12 tribes. Let's keep reading. When the official social media account for the U.S. Department of Homeland Security made a post glorifying the idea of 100 million deportations, it was dismissed by many as a joke. See, we told y'all when Esau say something, he mean it, man. Hey, prophecy backs this up. For you fools who want to get on the brothers' comment boards and sit up here and try to tell the brothers to justify, so you lost your damn mind. Go tell the white man, go tell Esau to justify what he's saying. Stupid ass. It says, It was dismissed by many as a joke, while those who said it mounted to a call for ethnic cleansing were accused of hyperbole. But the man who once led President Donald Trump's mass deportation campaign says he was always dead serious about purging nearly a third of the country's population. Now watch him tell on himself. Hey, the scripture says your own tongue condemneth thee and not I. It says on Tuesday, the New York Times published an interview with Gregory Bovino, the former commander-at-large of President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown, who was unceremoniously demoted back to his old post in El Centro, California this January after immigration agents rampaged across Minnesota, which included the public executions of 2 American citizens, ignited nationwide. Bovino, who was retiring this week at the age of 55, told the Times he had few regrets about his tenure, leading the efforts of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, and Customs and Border Protection, CBP, which were marked by rampant racial profiling, large indiscriminate roundups, violations of civil liberties, and violent attacks on peaceful protesters. You see? He says what he has few regrets. You see? This is by Matthew Kupfer. It says, this is his ex post. The Inner Times is reporting that Greg Bovino had plans to deport 100 million people. If accurate, that suggests he wanted to expel the entire immigrant population and their children, 97.2 million people, including U.S. citizens from the United States. You see? You see that? So we told y'all, man, and this is still the plan. They want the Israelites. All right? That plan is still in motion. All right? See this war going on and famine hitting and higher prices. Y'all don't forget about it. But Yahweh Shemashah gave y'all a quick reminder with ICE being at the airports. Now they're saying Trump talking about he gonna the Department of Homeland Security struck a deal. Where is it? FBI and NYPD disrupt plot to firebomb Palestinian activist home. It says Vance rips Netanyahu for selling easy Iran war to Trump. Let me see. Check this out. The Independent, 4 hours ago. It says the United States will need 1 million troops to control Iran, not the few thousand currently on their way. You damn right. Shit, and we told y'all that draft coming, man. That draft coming. And they need about 1 million. Hey, they said, Iran said they got 1 million troops ready for the 50,000. Do the math on that, man. It says the body bags, body bags will flow home if Donald Trump sends 10,000 U.S. ground troops into Iran. You see that? So, hey, these are the things that's going on while you people sitting back, man. Hey, you settle on your leads. Hey, famine. Hey, more and more extreme food shortages. Public health alert issue for raw beef, pork, which you ain't got no damn pork. See affected products. You see? Hold on, we got some more. Then we're gonna close out. It says, and we hit this yesterday, everything we need to know about the highly mutated new CV variant cicada, which, you know, they pushing that now, all right? Cicada, tuberculosis, measles, all right? So, hey, all these things are going to hit, or should I say are hitting at the same time. It's going to increase and get worse. It says Iran warns a surprise for U.S. troops if ground invasion begins. Yeah, again, it said that, hey, you can go to Google and type it in, Iran having 1 million troops, and that's on the Arab News website. So I don't know how true it is. I don't know, but you best believe they got more troops than damn 50,000. They got more than 50,000 waiting for them. Okay? Shit, Trump ain't got about 50.
the 60,000, yeah, or let's say they got 100,000. Shit, they got 100,000, and Iran pull up with a million. Shit, what's the math on that, y'all? That's what, 10 troops? What's that, 10 troops per guy? Man, get out of here. You finished. And you in their territory, the land that they know, and they got their heavy artillery. Man, y'all sitting ducks, man. It says, explainer drones and mines taking Karg Island will pose risk for U.S. troops. Yeah, like it ain't, hey, Iran ain't no slouch, man. All right, you in their territory. All right, and they got their heat. And Iran and Russia giving them drones and weaponry. China too. It says, let me see. Check this out. Teen mobs swarm downtown in chaotic takeover. Fights erupt. Cars targeted before curfew crackdown hits. So you see these damn gremlins, man. These semen demons are out, man. This is in Chicago. You see? And you see why the scripture said, let the multitude perish that was born in vain. You see why the scripture says in Wisdom of Solomon 3, these wicked kids got to go. You know? And you see why Deuteronomy, I believe it's the 21st or the 22nd chapter, and it says that disobedient child got to be put to death. You see? We're in the time of judgment. Yahweh Shema Shah judging men, women, and kids. Teenagers and kids, men and women, old and young. It says emergency curfew put in place after 400 spring breakers armed with mace and tasers take over city streets. Is this the same one? Them niggas ain't going to spring break no damn Chicago. Well, yeah. Yep, same junk. What the hell they doing? Tasers and mace. These niggas out here tweaking, man. Gone. It says Russia to begin sending drones to Iran, and first evidence Moscow will support war. Officials said. It says stay indoors advisories issued in multiple U.S. states as life-threatening toxins fill the air. So we're in a time of just straight up chaos and death. It says thousands of Americans have been told to stay indoors due to hazardous air quality sweeping across several U.S. states. Parts of Tennessee, Georgia, and Alabama have been deemed unhealthy due to fine particle pollution. PM 2.5 microscopic particles small enough to penetrate deep into the lungs. The particles can also trigger inflammation, breathing difficulties, and other health issues when inhaled and are considered life-threatening and are a major cause of premature death worldwide. Reasonable for an estimated 4.2 million deaths annually. Come on, man. That's Psalms 91. Hey, us as a hopeful elected, seeking to be the elected, dwelling in the secret place of the Most High, this tabernacle, this truth, we good. We're going to be good. We're going to do what we need to do. And Yahweh Shema Shah said He going to protect us. So that's what we got to lean upon. That's what we're going to lean upon. It says, Iran claims attack on U.S. aircraft carrier as Tehran's Navy chief shares unverified footage. Oh, yeah, Trump said Iran sent them a present the other day. Y'all remember that we posted that? But he didn't ever say. But he eventually came out and said it. That the gift was 10 oil ships through Strait of Hormuz as present to U.S. Now, this nigga be lying, man. So I don't know. I don't believe it. I can't say it's not true, but I don't believe it. Check this out. House Dem accused of stealing FEMA funds set to face ethics trial. Look who it is. Like the brother said at the end of, man, Keisha. Look at her. She did that shit. Look at her. You know she did it. I mean, I don't know if she did it, but I believe she did it. I'll go as far as say she did it. Okay? But I don't know if she did it or not. But I think she did it. It says, buckle up, Fort Bragg, All-American Gate to close this summer. So, hey, look, another woman. And Goldsboro, if I'm not mistaken. I was reading this earlier, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Deshaun, hell yeah, straight up nigga. It says, North Carolina social worker convicted of stealing $100,000 plus in SNAP benefits. Hey, all you PPE loan snatching and stealing, hey, Esau want his money. All right? Esau want all that. So you see the times we in, man. You see the times we in. You know, we heard all this yesterday. That's it. Let's close out with that Psalms 91. You know. So why these people sat on their leads, board jiving and playing around? Hey, the elect, only concerned about the elect, only concerned about doing the will of Yahweh Shema Shah, and will be protected. Psalms 91:1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I will trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, from the noise, and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. You see, this truth is going to protect us. Being in this truth, having the name Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Hey, the name of the Lord is a high tower.
Ladies, if you mix...
And the righteous runneth into it and are safe. And only the elect of Israel got the names along with the pure doctrine, who has that covering, the mark of exemption. Okay? Only the Israelites. Okay? It says, thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor the arrow that fly by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. So, in other words, the elect of Israel are going to be protected while 2/3 of getting judged. Hey, backing up that 2 Ezra 16 that we read earlier. All right, because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh by Hashem HaBashah, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. In other words, the elect will be protected during these times and comforted. For he shall give his angels wings. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. So, brothers and sisters and children of the elect of Israel are what? They have guardian angels, man. All right? Commanded by Yahweh Shema Shai. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against the stones. Meaning we're not going to get hurt in these times. We're going to be protected. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and the adder, the young lion and the dragon, shalt thou trample on the feet. Hey, these 2/3 of niggas ain't going to be able to do nothing with us, man. And the scripture said, the heathen shall envy thee and shall be able to do nothing against thee. That's 2/3 of Israel and you heathen. Hey, also the animals going to be on our side when you get that Job, the 5th chapter. The animals don't bother us. Hell, they don't bother me. All types of animals be in my yard. I just look at them. That's to the point I go outside, they don't fly away, run away, nothing. They just be chilling. Eating. They don't bother each other, nothing. They just be eating out the yard. It says, because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high because he has known my name. Yahweh Shema Shai, Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. He shall call upon me and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. And salvation is soon, man. Hey, stay prayed for the name of Yahweh Shema Shai. Shalom.